Yo, what up, man? Welcome back to another episode of the. I don't even know. It's not even the Monday Night Crew. Let me take that back. I was about to say the Monday Night Crew because B-Dot not in it. My fault. All right, so
that's crazy.
It is the Monday Night Crew.
It is. Yo, what's happening, man? Welcome back to the second stop of the Millennials vs. the World Tour, man. We are in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's mad. Here you go.
No, because I'm in it. Just so y'all know I'm here, but I was excluded.
Yeah. You were not excluded.
Yeah, he was. It's your boy K-Dot Bim, the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. I got the ladies of the show. Asia was happening.
Hey.
I got Brittany was happening.
Hey y'all.
Miss Princess was happening.
Hi.
I got my Brody Louis B was happening.
Hello.
Yeah, we not gonna walk back up so he can't. Alright, so hey look, real quick, man. So this is the question that I have. It's a real question. We're not even gonna start regular. We're gonna start real deep. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody brought this to me, so I'm bringing it to y'all. Are women, whether you want to, it was my barber. Are women pressured to have a family and kids early in life? So at some point, do they feel desperation for that to happen? So from when y'all were born, we're not women, so we can't speak to that. Are women pressured to be a wife, to be kids, and then at some point, does that cause desperation to have that?
Did you think you thought you ate with that or something?
We started that. I think it's a good question.
Go ahead. It's a good question.
Were you about to answer?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I would say yes, just because.
To the first part? I'm asking a serious question. To the first part, that y'all pressure or that desperation comes? No funny.
I would say both.
Okay. All right.
So I also feel like it depends on your family and like your friend group as far as the pressure. But I think it's also like outside of your circle, there's pressure from just society. Like once you reach a certain age as a woman, if you're not married or you don't have kids, it starts being the question where it's like, why are you single, or why are you not married, or why do you not have kids? And then that in turn makes the woman more desperate to find that sooner, even if it means settling, just so I can have a ring on my finger, just so I can go down the aisle, just so I can start a family. And then on top of that, like there's a clock. The clock is ticking for the woman as well.
For sure. Respect.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think too, a lot of times we as young women, it's like a fairy tale for us. Like we're told by 25, white picket fence, family, dog, kids, all the things, right? So I just kind of feel like I would say that it's pressure, but it's more so a fairy tale for us. It's something that we all want regardless. When we hit 40, there's some women out there, I have friends that are 40 years old that are like, oh my God, I didn't do all the things that I was supposed to do that I thought I was going to do as a young teen. I thought I was going to be somewhere. So not only pressure from society, but just having that fairy tale dream as a young girl, I think it's a part of it too.
I think I agree with what both of y'all are saying. I think just adding on to that, I think the older we get as well, I think actually on both sides, I think there's pressure from like our parents. Because one thing that I'm like, because I don't have any kids, right? And so one thing that I'm hearing, and even from like friends of mine that they don't have kids from their parents as well, is like, man, I just want to be a grandparent. And them seeing their friends be grandparents and they're not having that experience, and I think like, at least for me, sometimes I'm like, man, like I just want my dad to be a granddad, and because I have such a close relationship with my father, it's like, yeah, I really want that for him. So outside of even what y'all are saying, I think there is this additional like when I was growing up, my dad's expectation was, oh yeah, well my daughter one day she's gonna have her her own family and kids and all the things. And I think for a while he was like, okay, it's not happening. Career's important, school's important. But now I think with seeing his friends become grandparents, it's like, oh, like that would be nice too.
You working on that, or what? What are we doing?
That's wow. Wow. I'm asking the Lord the same questions. The same.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that though, because I have sisters. I have older sisters. I'm the baby. And so the whole like, oh, I'm not a grandparent yet. Yeah. That's not my mom and dad's like thing. They have grown grandchildren at this point.
Yeah.
So like the oldest is 24. So yeah.
You were about to say
They're going to be
I was-
starting all the way over
Yeah.
whenever I end up
mine
having a
is gonna be
child.
different. So I'm going to ask my question, but you go ahead,
I
brother.
hope so. All right, so my question would be, speaking, we're all African Americans, right? You
Black.
typically see,
Go ahead,
however you
Louis.
choose to identify your
ahead,
blackness. But I noticed a culture of us kind of progressing in that nature earlier, right? I was married by 22,
He should know
23?
that. Honestly, he should know that.
Right.
22, 23 years old. And had
He look back.
right by that time. And then now, like, my counterparts are just now doing what I had done, 10, 12 years ago, which is typical or standard. But I feel like for us, we have kids sooner. Half of that, black women, it has been, confirmed by statistics medically, are more susceptible to having pregnancy issues or issues, bearing children later in life. Do you guys feel like that is also a contributor to the reason for why you should probably speed that process up? Because I feel like that's kind of unfair. You know what I mean? I feel like our culture promotes it, but also feel like from a health perspective, it kind of behooves you all to maybe start that process sooner as well.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, but that's a good perspective.
I do agree with that, right? And at the same time, I think like,
Get his ass.
no, I'm not even disagreeing. I agree completely. But I also think it's like, and we have this conversation a lot just about like being a baby mom,
Yeah.
right? It's like, sure, would I like to have kids? Yes. But I am going to be a wife before I'm a mom. You know what I mean? Like, and that for me, that is something that I don't feel comfortable budging on, right? Like in my perfect world.
Same.
But I know there are some people that, like for them, it's like, no, like it's cool. And we've had that conversation a lot with
I'm not
us.
saying that. I turn my mic.
No, come on, because you
No,
itching
go
to say it.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
had a question for you, but Louis had a great question. So I got a question. I just want to say because I turned my mic back.
Okay.
Asia, so let me ask. Seriously, what's the balance between? I agree with that. You want to be a wife before you want to be a mom, right? So just say you're having fun and it happens. Does it change the decision because it happened?
If it happens, it happens, right?
I'm saying prior to the ring.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. But I'm also not putting myself in the position for that to happen. I feel that strongly.
That's a decision. That's a decision too.
Yeah, I feel that
But the
strongly
point I was
about
about to make now, I can say it because you said that.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with that. I think it's dangerous for people to be laying down with people
Right.
that they don't want kids with, and you fuck around and find out,
Right.
and then you be mad that you found out. So
That's-
if you watch
Danger
with
zone.
somebody, if you
Hello.
come
Me.
on now, I'm not.
A danger zone.
No,
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
I'm not going there. So what I'm saying is, the point I'm making is, like, if you flirting with danger and that's a person you see yourself with, that's very different than flirting
Right.
with danger out of lust and you fuck around and
Yeah.
mess
You fuck around, yeah, it's fine.
You know what I'm saying? And
fuck
that's
around.
something that, like, I was having fun and now I got this responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me be very clear.
Or you could not have the responsibility.
You can, but that's a whole nother. See,
That's a real conversation.
it is.
Yeah, like
That's a real
you could not
conversation.
have you could not have the responsibility.
See, Francis,
That's a
You
real
want to
conversation.
tiptoe around
But
that?
Keena,
You could
that's a
not
real-
have the
That's a real
responsibility.
conversation.
No, this is the thing. This is what my problem would be. Louis, you told me, you know what I'm saying? Lil, I showed the text. You told me not to go here. I'm saying.
Are you talking about like whose decision that is? Was that what you're talking about?
I'm not gonna go there.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
No, because you know what I really disagree with? I'm gonna tell you what I really disagree with, and I probably shouldn't do this.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Look at that camera.
This
That's
is
your
what I really
camera.
disagree with. I hate when a woman of a very high value, you doing stuff with niggas that can't even touch what your quote unquote standard is, and you mess around and have one, and then you mad at him. But you wasn't operating on your level no way.
Where's the door is over here? Where's the door? Get the hell out of here.
Y'all so
Hey, hey, bro, I'm gonna stand on that. I literally had that. My wife and I literally just had that conversation.
Because what happens is,
I agree.
it was fun. We had one too many shots. You did this, and you don't agree with the lifestyle, no nothing. You thought he was cute. You did it, and now we supposed to feel bad? You did it. Get me.
But does him not being on the level equate to him not taking care of his kids?
I got a question. Yes. Yes, it do. Because anybody that's responsible is on the level, and I can put money on that.
So
No.
hold on. So
No.
yeah, the way you phrased
You
it initially.
can be responsible and still not be on somebody's level.
So yeah, what do you mean defined by somebody's level?
Yeah.
What I mean is this. If he's in a different place in life than you, right? Money looks different. I ain't even getting into that. You understand what I'm saying? If he's in a different place, if he's responsible, a child is not going to change who he is. He's going to be responsible regardless. Usually responsible men are able to do that. Whether they agree, okay, I did this, it happened, I'm gonna take care of that. So level to me is responsibility.
Okay.
Because women are stuck with it anyway, right? If we're gonna be honest, correct?
Yeah, if you choose to keep it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, too. If you choose to keep it, right? Cool. So I'm pretty sure if the level of game is acknowledged, you know for a fact, like, damn, he can't do nothing for me, but I'm having fun tonight. If you have that thought and you do it anyway, I can't feel bad.
So what happens when, right? Like what happens when that woman that's a high value woman and all the things, right? And then and then like she's rocking with a man that she knows is, I don't want to say like beneath her, but like just on a lower level, right? To your point, beneath her, exactly.
Not on the same level.
Right, not on the same level. But he is having these conversations like, I am ready. Like, I do want this. I want to be a family. I'm ready to step up, all the things. And then he's saying the right things.
And then it happens and then he don't do nothing.
And then he backs out.
Yeah.
What?
You caught me on a good night. Because I'm going to say it tonight.
Okay.
You know what the problem is? When women get to a certain level, they operating high, right? Their needs become basic. And guys that's not operating at the financial level or career level or professional level can satisfy that basic need that they've been longing for. She just want to laugh. She got everything else. I can make you laugh. That's where the buck stops with me, because, hey, you got bread. You got your house. You got the cars. You're not looking for that in a guy. You just want to be comfortable. I'll listen. I can make you laugh. So all those basic needs that you no longer get from all the, and just saying this as a caveat, like not caveat, but saying this as I'm gonna generalize for a second. Say you're in corporate America and you're a woman and you're dealing with those type of men. That's very high level a lot of the time. You get sick of dealing with that, so you want to come home and chill. Am I tripping?
You want balance, yeah. Yeah.
So he comes, right, and then he makes you laugh. He's not hanging up. He gonna listen to that.
Okay.
Then you mess around with the mess around because he was doing the basic thing.
He comes again.
And he came too many times. so he does that. You know what I'm saying? He does that. And then now you're looking like, damn, he's not on my level. He never was. But your basic need from a long time ago was never met. And now I'm scratching that itch, even though all the other boxes are checked. And you mess around with a guy that's, hey, not on your level. That's what I'm saying.
That actually, I'm mad that made sense.
That made sense. But I mean, I think, but we're just looking at levels like financially, right?
No. I think when women, this is the thing, women are emotional at their root. So it's always going to top back to that, regardless of what level she's on. Women find a way to ignore these emotions to get what they need. When they're grinding, I'm thinking about me. Cool. Because emotional intelligence, your brain, the way the brain works doesn't allow you to like, oh, I'm not going to be smart this day. You know that you got to block this out to get that. But there becomes a point like, you know what? Damn, I laughed yesterday with John from the block. I want to laugh again. I'm going to hit his number back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you mess around with John. But remember, John ain't got much going on. He just made you laugh. And then you mess around with John, he tearing them drawers out. And then what happened. You're looking like, how you end up with him? Because he made you laugh. And people don't want to admit, because the laugh got that ass, is what happened.
Yeah,
and now you stuck with him, and he never presented as a responsible individual. He presented as John that could make you laugh.
That's true.
I think. Go ahead, Louis.
That's more of a short term. That's more of a short term fix. When you think about that, yeah, because it's those things are more temporary. When you have a child, that's a lifetime commitment.
It is. Right.
For sure.
So I think that women who are who have the capacity to operate at that high level should be able to differentiate maybe a short-term satisfaction situation as opposed to tying that into a long-term commitment. You know, so I would assume that a woman that is what you're saying operating at that level would be able to differentiate.
Okay.
You know, at
Yeah.
some point, because that is temporary.
That's where I'm getting with it, and I believe in the woman's choice.
Okay. Salute.
So if I'm operating at a high level, I don't care who I'm having fun with. There's a decision that has to be made
By the woman.
by the woman. Or, well, that's a whole nother conversation, because if the woman wants it and the man says that he doesn't, then where does the responsibility lie? Because he already told you he didn't want anything to do with that child. But some people would say, okay, well, if he already told you off gate he don't want anything to do with the child, if you choose to have it, then are you still holding him at that same level of responsibility?
Yeah.
So there's an argument with that as well.
When he committed to that, when he engaged in activity,
True. But
that's his commitment.
But
I just feel like there's a choice.
I can hear that.
Yeah, but that's still, but by law, he's still responsible.
Oh yeah, by
So
law.
that, I mean, the choice is not. I think that's my only. Whenever we talk about issues like that, I try to steer away because I don't feel like that's my place as a man. But I will say the choice is made when you lay down. That's the
You
only
have to be
time.
careful
that's
who you
the
lay
only
down
time,
with.
That's that's the time the choice is made, not post. You know, whatever happens, the choice is made when you lie down.
Yeah.
And then you both are responsible for what happens in that situation. Yeah. So regardless of what he tells you, he's not going to be. He already made his decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want to set a pot no more. Next question. Because I really do believe, and I like the choice. I do because. Hey, bro.
Go ahead.
doing?
Yeah.
It's real and authentic. Let's go.
You know, I really stand on the line of is like women don't know. Earth 99.
Say more, please.
Hey, why do you keep telling them about what they do?
Thank you.
That's why
We'll let him finish.
That's why I said say more. That's why I
Let's
said say
hear
more.
it.
Women don't understand. To me, I don't care. I'm generalizing.
In my
all that.
opinion.
I got you.
Yeah.
How much men desire that thing?
What thing?
Come on, man.
No, be specific.
Come on, man.
It is powerful.
Okay. It definitely is.
It
What's your-
is. It's
And women don't understand how much men desire it. So the length that he's willing to go to in order to get that with nothing else considered can be insane. Especially if I feel the initial like, oh damn, you're like, you know what, this gotta happen. And even if it don't, in a guy's mind, it's like, I gotta know that it's bad, so I'm gonna try it anyway. I don't care what nobody say. Lewis, in my line?
To a certain point.
Okay, talk to me.
You desire it until a certain point, because
Point.
it's been some that you got and you desired and you got tired of that too. And you maybe wanted something different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was weak in my flesh, it did control a lot of my decisions. I would be further in life. I'd be the president if I'm being dead serious. If I didn't,
Honestly, 2028 was tagged.
if it wasn't for me getting exposed to that, I'd probably be the president because I would be focused.
Yeah.
So I think,
Of the PTO, of the elementary school.
man, of the United States, because when you take that out of your needs list, you become more focused.
For sure.
And as I've matured as a man, right, I've realized that how much of a priority I was putting on that, right? And here's the deal: you're gonna get it anyway. If you really that guy, you're gonna get it anyway. So don't put it on the pedestal, as they would say. But my point, and it's the truth. You're gonna get it anyway. Hey, but overall, I will say, even times where it's controlled me, once I got to the mountaintop, right, multiple times, I still would be empty.
Yeah.
And then when I go back to that, now you got to offer me something different. And then that's really what I've been looking for the whole time.
So I want to respond to two things, and I probably want to be quiet. So I agree with that, but the point I was making is guys desire it so much that y'all don't. Sometimes I don't think women know the control they have over a guy's mind because of how bad we desire it. Back to the women's choice thing. We want it so much that when it gets shut down or when we don't get it, you all have complete control over that, is what I was saying. To that point, damn, I lost it. Say the last thing you just said.
About after we got to the mountaintop, there's something that we desired that we didn't realize we desired. That's really what we were searching for.
Boom. And this is the thing that's wrong now. Guys require more than ass now. And it's becoming an issue. Once upon a time, guys just wanted an ass. Now, I want you to be there for me. I want you to listen to me. I want to express. And that's the problem in dating, pop the balloon, however little, wherever you want to place it. Dudes don't just want sex now. They want to rap with you. They want to connect with you. They want to express with you. And me personally, I'm speaking for myself, that's where the most problem comes in, right? Like, hey, now, it used to be like, hey, let me shut him up real quick. Spiggity spag. Now you got to do that, and the next morning I want to talk on the way to work. Like, hey, baby, like.
Yeah, but is that really a problem?
Michael.
Is that really a problem? I don't know if that's really a problem.
If you're speaking for yourself, I can respect that, but
It depends on the type of woman. That's what you're getting at?
I absolutely feel that way. I feel like that's been enough for so long. It's an issue. That's not it anymore. They told men to go to therapy. They told men to learn how to express. They told men to figure out these things. And now that they figured it out, it's like, too much, man. Like, oh, I ain't signed up for you to know what you're feeling. I signed up for you to be a dumbass.
So you're saying women don't know, today's woman typically doesn't know how to respond to a man who wants more than just sex?
I'm not most.
That's
Most.
Yeah, most. That's basically what he's saying. Yeah.
It is. I do that. Am I lying?
I would say
Am I lying?
I do feel like there's a shift in us being more vulnerable and being honest about what we need and prioritizing ourselves, so to speak, as opposed to prioritizing something that's going to happen anyway.
I just don't think.
Soft
I just
guy
don't
era.
think women don't
No.
like turn away from it.
We're not going to do that. That ain't hell no. That ain't, you
I
ain't
felt
soft.
like I heard like soft guy error
Why is
coming
that
from the
soft?
vents. I don't know.
Why is that soft?
So I'm just playing. Go ahead.
You know what? No, we're gonna talk about that because
No,
you just had no. I'm gonna be honest because this is a very sensitive subject. When men make themselves vulnerable, and I know it's funny, but we gotta take that more serious because when people joke about that, it shuts us down. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
It shuts us down and it
Yes.
prevents us from being able to speak on those things.
Right.
You
Yeah,
get what
I'm
I'm
really
saying?
just
Because it is perceived. I know you're trolling.
Yeah.
But that is an issue.
Yeah.
Right, you guys see that
Yeah.
clip with the homegirl where it was a clip from some show, I guess Huntsville or whatever, and he was expressing his concern about her not being there for his birthday. I think we did a clip on that.
Oh, yeah, we talked
And she's
about
like, "You want me to treat you like a woman?"
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
and
remember
I
that?
didn't agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally said a woman that likes you, like that's gonna be her priority.
Yes,
Even if the man
automatically.
doesn't really care about his birthday. For me, if I really rock with you like that, like I'm going to make your
Yep.
birthday special.
Yep.
Is it okay for a man to feel that way? Now, I ain't.
Yeah, it's for
Honestly,
me.
it's uncomfortable for me to sit here and say, you know what, I want today to. I couldn't go about my birthday the way that I see women typically go about their birthday. Would that be considered soft to you all if a man felt that way or expressed themselves that way? Seriously, like, hey, we about to turn up. What we gonna do for my birthday?
For me, no, because
Where do you lie? Go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds
love-
crazy, right?
I love birthdays, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like when you don't want to do something for your birthday, I'm the one, if I really like you or whatever, like I'm trying to figure out what we can do to celebrate you. Because I like to be celebrated. So I like to return that to you. Even if you are the type that's like, oh, no, you know, I could just whatever. Like, I want to be able to make you feel special. But I get as a man why it's like, it feels funny it coming out your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, true, right?
That was crazy. So
I just want to take a couple steps back though, just because I do think that I am.
Get his ass.
Just
Get his ass.
just really quick.
Cool, it's all right.
Just because one of the, all right, I'm gonna say a couple of things.
Give me.
The first thing
Hey,
is I
before
think
you
with right. So the first thing is when you said that you don't think that women understand, right? Like
how
how powerful it is. I do want you to take into consideration that we are the ones experiencing it. Like we are on the receiving end of a lot of this, right? So even when you say certain things like that, we then have conversations like, oh, well, she has this many bodies or this Y and Z, or when we talk about the ways that we do give our numbers to multiple men for safety reasons because of the ways that they do try to get to the box, right? Like we are on the receiving end of that, so I don't think that it should be like we don't know.
Okay.
We are in that experience, right?
Respect.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I think even as you're talking about like men, being more open about their feelings and different things like that, I think it's a both and. So I think it's yes, like men are seeking more, but I also think for so long women are adding more to the chase now. So they are saying like, okay, if you want the box, then yeah, no, you do have to take me out on a date. Okay, no, you are going to have to actually communicate with me a little bit more. So I think because there is more to the chase than just like, okay, cool, you could say a couple nice things and then I'm there. And I'm saying, and the reason I'm saying it doesn't happen.
When has that ever been just
Like,
all you
money
needed?
yeah, like hold on, talking about.
Yeah, money is what.
Money, like that would easily be thrown.
No, wait.
No,
That's y'all. Let's be
Right.
very, very clear.
Okay, yeah,
There
listen.
is a large batch
Who you calling a batch?
men who specifically want that and they don't want to give you anything. Now, I can't say that specifically for you two, but I'm just telling you, out here,
What's that look like?
what does it look like?
Yeah, men just want to give you money to get in exchange for the.
No.
we're
I'm
saying
talking about
the
the
opposite.
money isn't there.
Oh,
They want the box.
And that's it?
That's it.
Yes.
what's wrong with that? Sometimes.
You know what?
No, but
No, seriously.
No.
All right.
But the whole point of what we're saying is because Keenan is saying, okay, men now are requiring more, right?
Right,
Like
right.
it's not just about the box. What I'm saying is it's not just the men, like all of a sudden women are like, oh my gosh, you want to tell me all your feelings? It's a cause and effect type of thing too. So it's like because women are also saying, no, now you have to take me on dates. Okay, now I am requiring you more up front because it's an investment for me too. Because so many other things can happen. So I'm saying it's not just women don't know. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we just been giving ass all day, all night. You know what I'm saying?
Where they do that at?
I'm saying it's a both and.
I do not disagree with you. After the mountain has been climbed, as my brother said earlier.
I like that expression.
But what I'm saying is, before the mountain's been climbed,
Right.
you don't know how much a man desires you. It can only come out through his actions. Like when you peep it, when a guy peeps it and he feels that feeling, there's no way for you to know. Like, damn, you may say, "Hey, how you doing?" A little shoulder tap. He like, "Oh shit, that's my wife." You don't know that.
So are you saying the box is gonna confirm it?
No. I'm saying, my mic on.
It got me.
What I'm saying is, not after you get it, but if any guy's any type of hunter, while he's hunting before he gets it, that burning desire, you all won't know that though. You can't. You may know after he performed, like, damn, he really wanted this because he did me like that. But before that, how could you know? I'm asking. How could you know?
How could you know that's all he wanted?
That's all he wanted. I can't say that, but
Or
I
to
think
the level in which
Oh, you said that. How can we know that that's all he wanted? Because he's not
That's
trying
what
to do anything else.
Is he just being? Hey, so is there something?
No.
Is there ever a situation where that is
Go ahead,
okay?
Louis.
I'm really attracted to you. I, love to get to know you. However, I'm really interested in having sex at this stage. Like, I'm really interested in meeting people and engage and doing this at this time. It's nothing against you. I think you're beautiful, but this is where I am. What's the response?
It depends on the woman.
Yeah. It's either
Maybe
yes or no.
she just got out of a relationship, or
And
maybe
she's
she
on that
doesn't
too.
want to be in a serious one. It's like, okay, bet. Let's set it up.
So is that an appropriate?
When you coming over?
What I guess the better question is that an appropriate way to engage that
Yes,
conversation?
it is. And that's, men feel like they can't talk to women like that sometimes. And I feel like it's just be real, and we're going to give you the response. That happens in those types of situations. That happens when a man is in a relationship.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, I'm not going to tell her I'm in a relationship, but I am in one. You don't know what type of woman that you're going to come across. If you be straight up with a woman and you might say, hey, like, I got a girl or I got a wife and, like, whatever, I still want to deal with you. You don't know which woman is going to say, I'm cool with that. But men, see your face. You're thinking about a certain type of woman, but there's all types of women out here, just like there's
And
all
believe it or
types of
not,
women.
there's
So
a
some will
lot,
be
yeah.
like, okay, cool, fuck your wife, fuck your girlfriend. You know, like I'm cool. Like we could just keep this between me and you.
Can't back it up.
No, but I'm being real. Like we could just keep this between me and you, and then like. But men are afraid to approach it like that because it's like I don't want to tell her I got a situation because she gonna say no. Some women be like, okay, and
or I think that some men think, oh, she's gonna fall in love with me, and she's gonna if I'm telling
Right,
her
she
that,
want me
that
to
I just want
leave.
sex,
They typically do.
that
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
but I do think that like sometimes men don't have those conversations to Princess Point because they don't know what's on the other side of it. So I think that it's kind of vulnerable to say like,
It is.
hey, like I just want this.
And
right?
believe it or not, a lot of women are on the same page
Yes.
as men. We
They
don't,
just want
we
y'all
don't
to be
want that
honest.
either. Like no strings attached. Let's do this.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
y'all
women that don't
think
like that.
we are super emotional, but let me just say, y'all think we are super emotional. But history has repeated itself in my life. I have been able to play the side of a man better than y'all could play it. Like when I say like this is just what it is, y'all be
Hey, man, cut this off.
like like that's how y'all be sounding on my phone.
Hey, get
But-
it, Greg. Get that bass. Get some bass
This is
up in
post,
here.
not present.
Look, get some
But I'm
bass
just
in
saying,
here.
you know, and I'm like, okay, what's up?
Hey, so listen. Now
It's
I gotta come to the defense now.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Come to the defense. I'm sorry, dude. I'm about to say something ignorant.
We don't want to degrade y'all.
Degrade us by
Because if I come
what?
up to you and I say I want everybody like he just wants sex, it's always been presented negatively. Men, has it always not been presented negatively? This is
Yeah, I
probably
get that.
the first
I get that.
conversation I've heard where it's like, hey, just if you want the pussy, just ask for the shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't never heard
But
that.
we in 2024.
I ain't never heard that before, ever.
Everything's different in
You text out
2024.
the club, like, had that thing ready for me. Oh my God, you're so aggressive.
It depends on the woman. If you say have that thing ready for me, I might have it ready for you.
But I do think, hold on.
That's microwave.
Wait.
That's a low percentage.
I do think that there.
Y'all think that the percentage is lower than what it is
But-
for real.
Kissing in the mouth, had that thing ready. You feel me?
But all I'm saying is there is nuance. Like I don't think that we should just throw away all types of nuance. That does not go out the door. For instance, I feel like you should take note. Is she also interested in you? Like, does she also find you attractive?
Right.
Is she also giving you like? Is she also kind of opening that door for you to have that type of conversation?
What's those cues look like? Just help the brothers out. What's the cues look like?
It's different for every woman. This one,
What's your cues look like?
Yeah.
it's different.
What do your cues look like?
He's making it very personal.
Yeah.
No, because I'm trying to listen. Hey, we here to help these young brothers out.
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly, this is the most transparent I've ever seen three women mutually come together and say. So, what do those cues look like?
Laugh twice. If she laughed twice and blinked twice, she like.
So
No, man.
you're saying like, what are the cues for a woman to like for you to know?
that this is an acceptable conversation to have with
That's
this
case
woman.
by case.
Honestly, it's just a if you want to.
I apologize for doing that.
Go ahead.
He's about to say something crazy.
No, for real. No, I'm gonna sit down. No,
Cut that mic.
I agree with you, Princess. There's women out here that if you keep it real, genuine, honest with them, let them know what it is that you up front. Just let them know what it is. Depending on the women, 9 times out of 10, they gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I agree with what Princess is saying.
So
You just got to test the waters, and that takes vulnerability for a man. Because to your point, Lewis, for years, like y'all, like that's not how men were raised to
Nope,
think
not at
that
all.
you can have these types of conversations
Right,
with
right.
women.
Not at all.
So it definitely takes vulnerability. Like I've had a situation where dude had a girlfriend, right? He lied. Like it was so obvious that he had a girlfriend. It's like, it was almost insulting to me because do you think I'm dumb? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I don't have a girlfriend, but can I come over? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you're posting her. Like, what's your
He's
problem?
posting on social media.
Yeah, I'm like, do you think I'm blind or something?
Okay.
But it's like when I have a conversation like, what's going on with y'all? You know, it's like we just still live together. You know, like some like stupid stuff like that versus just saying like, hey, I'm with her. This is what I want it to be. Are you open to that?
Right. Candid conversation.
Oh man.
We grown.
So, hold on. Okay, so y'all saying dudes need to come up and be honest, right?
He ain't sitting in no chair.
Y'all need.
Yeah, because he could have did this whole time. Because he could have did this the whole. He could have did this the whole time.
Get him. Now you want to say something?
So
Man,
y'all
go
saying
ahead.
come up, be honest. Hey, look, this is what I want, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of women do you feel is gonna be like, oh yeah, I want that too. I just want sex too. What percentage of women do you feel is gonna be real enough to say, yeah, that's what I want too. Let's go.
Y'all would be surprised.
No,
I think y'all would really be surprised.
I think I'd want to say,
Give me a percentage because give me a percentage.
listen, I feel like this. I feel like women have it in the back of their minds regardless. If they know what they want, they could just get out of relationships too. I love the way that I'm talking to B-Dot and he's not listening
That's
to
what I'm
me.
about to say, man.
What percentage did I say, B-Dot?
You didn't say a percentage. You said a low percentage.
I didn't.
Oh, I was right the first time. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
All
say
right.
that. I didn't say nothing. Let me just throw that, because now I forgot my thought.
Okay.
I'm gonna just.
Percentage of women that
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
I forgot my thought.
You said it's always in the back of their minds.
Yeah,
That's
It's
what they
always
want.
in the back of their mind. So if I can give you a number, let me just throw one out there. I'd say about 60 to 70%.
60 to 70%.
Y'all, I'm trying to. Y'all know how sometimes we talk about
70%.
stuff and y'all be like, okay, this is coming from the man's perspective.
Yeah,
You're sitting
trust
here
us.
with
Y'all.
Asia, wait, Asia, can you say the line, Asia? Who do you want the answer from?
Who do you want the answer from?
I just wanted Asia to say, who do y'all want the answer from? You're asking 3 women.
Y'all? I didn't say nothing.
That was an answer from a woman.
I got
Yeah.
you. I didn't neglect your answer.
I mean, that's what I feel.
I am
It's a high
trying to
number.
tell you, and what I was about to say, like I was probably gonna get sliced up on the internet, but it wasn't gonna come out right. I'm gonna say it anyway. Fuck it, y'all don't know me. Y'all give women Y'all giving women a little bit too much credit
Oh, what part?
on the fact that y'all think that the percentage is low. So y'all can slice me and look. This is the y'all can slice me up if you want to, but they're giving it's some hoes and
It's 7 p.m. Friday?
it's some hey y'all giving women too much credit. Okay,
Hey, look.
like but you have to test the waters. But if you don't test the waters, you'll never find out.
Exactly.
Hey, don't test the waters and get bit. That's what I'm saying.
But can I just and I do want to say this too, like you also putting it into perspective, right? Like even looking at society, think about how many movements there are now, right? Of just women sexually and having sexual awakenings and different terms they're now taking it on, and now it's like an empowerment thing, right? I do think that like now women are having the conversations with their homegirls differently than they were before, right? So like even to a lot of the scenarios that we talked about, I literally can name. I was like, oh yeah, yep, my homegirl did that. Yep, that's a conversation my homegirl had. Like I can name multiple names, right? What I think is, and I don't want what we're talking about to be like, oh yeah, you could just walk up to any shorty in the club and just like, yeah, like I want you right now. Like that's not how it works, right? That's it's still nothing. There's nothing, but because there still is nuance, right? Like there still has to be some type of game. The woman still has to feel safe enough to even have that conversation. Because to B-Dot's point, right? Even if a woman is thinking about it in the back of her head, if she is saying like, I don't feel safe enough with this dude, she's not gonna admit that.
Right.
So is that
It will stay in the back of her head with her homegirls.
is that the biggest obstacle? Safety?
Yeah.
Yes.
Insecurity.
That's a big
I
thing.
never even considered that.
So then is that number actually 60-70% then?
I know.
Yes, I think it's.
Yeah, look. He needs a microphone. You do need a microphone.
We gotta hear you.
I think it's
You need a
because,
microphone.
You do mean to. Go ahead.
based off my experience, I think it's because they appreciate, like, ain't nobody trying to run game. It's no game being ran. It's like, this what I want. If you with it, I'm with it. And I feel like the women, they appreciate the honesty, because it's a lot of people out here perpetrating.
So the security is. So I thought it was you. It sounded like came from over there. But,
Nah, y'all heard that too, right?
I thought it was his ass.
Nah, we don't be. But yeah, I feel like people be out here lying and stuff, so females appreciate, oh, he different. He is coming at me with, and like you said, some type of vulnerability, or just being in a safe space where y'all can have the conversation. And now they feel safe and comfortable. Therefore, now you getting the draws, bro. Simple as that.
Well said.
Okay.
So the safety comes in the truth and the trust, because I've been sincere.
In the honesty. Yes.
I'm gonna say,
Yes.
I don't want to turn the conversation left. I'll just say this one thing. I ain't said much in this thing because I don't agree with a lot, but I gotta believe you all. So I do believe you all, even though I don't agree. No, seriously, because I got, like you said, I'm not gonna make the mistake that happened in DC June. I'm not gonna do that because I do believe you. I just think it's hard as a guy when you put it out there and it gets a certain response to believe that we should be more of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what you all are saying is like, oh, just put it out there, be truthful. Yeah, but I'm like, you can do that, and I'm not even talking about from a marital standpoint with myself. Like, I've seen dudes that are like, yeah, bro, I said bum bum bow, and it ain't.
Yeah, because you got to read the room too. You're just not throwing it out there.
Here comes Steph.
That's what I was saying.
That's
too.
exactly
That's what I was
what
saying.
Asia said.
If
That's exactly what she said.
That's been my whole point. That's
Nuance.
the nuance.
Yes.
That's the nuance.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, the room has been read.
Okay.
It comes out.
That can't be a reality.
Like, but it can't be though, because
No,
it's like I can't tell you how y'all feel, but like the room has been read.
Right.
It comes out. You know, like Family Feud, and they say we asked 100 people.
Yes.
Ask 100 guys how many times he read the room, and he was. I'm not
Wrong.
No. Okay, what percentage you say is that?
That he read the room and was wrong?
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
Thank you, Greg.
Probably a lot.
I mean, come on, Greg. Come on, bro. Come on.
Wait, you gotta
This way, face this way,
camera.
face this way.
Stand by the
What it really come down to is how much she like you and how much she rocking with you. Because if she like you, she like everything you got going, then she gonna pretty much go with whatever you got going. That's really what it come down to.
Yeah, I agree.
Respect.
Let's go, Greg. Let's go, bro.
I agree. Moral of the story.
Yeah, I think, but also, if now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, was this always the case? Would you guys say this is always the case for women, or do most women have to mature to be able to accept that? Because I'm not even gonna project, but I'm speaking from an experience of someone who got married early. So when
Yeah.
I was in the chase,
Yeah.
the way that women responded then is much differently than
Yeah,
a more
yeah.
mature ladies of your
Absolutely.
stature respond later on. So
Yeah.
do you feel like women have to mature to that place?
Absolutely. It
Yep.
definitely comes with the level of maturity.
Yeah.
And that-
go ahead, Jake.
And that's what I was, even like me talking about, like, once again, like these movements, like there have been conversations that I was not able to always have even with my homegirls that I'm now able to have, right? Because it first, you start having these conversations, like to Britt's point, it's in the back of your head.
Yeah.
And then you start to think the same way that y'all are like, wait, nah, like that's not true for real. For a lot of us, it's like, wait, oh, y'all were thinking it too? Okay, so it's not just in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay for us to have fun because we don't also want to be labeled either.
Right.
We also don't want it to be seen like,
And that's heavy on the woman's side.
Exactly. Anybody could just say anything or do anything, and we're just wide open at the same time. So I think like even us talking about like the safety part, it does go both ways, right? So to Keenan's point, yeah, the guy also has to feel safe enough, but I do also just want to say like for us as women, we have a lot of conversations with ourselves before we talk to anybody else about it. And then it honestly takes that one friend that's a little more free, that's having that conversation. And then it's like, oh, wait, I'm not crazy. Okay, cool. And then it becomes okay. And then I know we talk about her a lot, but like in society, but like Amber Rose, when she started doing like, yeah, this is me, it is what it is, I think a lot more women were like,
That's me too.
Oh, yeah.
I identify with that. That wasn't always the case. So I think to your point, I think it has come like it's changed over time.
I'm not going to dispute that. That was well said, Asia.
Oh my God.
Say what you gotta say.
I don't have nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say because I really do believe you all. So I'm not going to rebuttal because I really do believe what you all are saying is true. Y'all talk.
The thing about it is, if we can help someone, we hope we're helping someone. We know we're not helping you too, but
There's still hold on. No, we can still there's certain conversations I'm still learning to have.
Right,
and
right.
I think that's the beauty in marriage too, is that it's an ongoing kind of situation, and not to get too deep. I'm sorry, baby, but that's part of our marriage evolves too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It should.
And I have to ask about stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna try this. But I'm being serious, right? But it's funny because when we were younger, we would laugh about stuff like that. But I'm like, hey, I'm serious. This is a real baby. Try this. It's coming one day, so you might as well prepare yourself. Try this
And as the years progress, it's going to be even more and more of that. Like everyone, I feel like in 2024, like everyone is just so free. That's the term I'll use. Like everyone is just free. I said is the term that I was gonna use.
Once we start progressing, he got it.
But yeah, so as time goes on, like there's gonna be more and more conversations that you're gonna have, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married. Like there's gonna be more conversations that need to be had because some stuff like we were raised to just not talk about. Or you be this way and that's it.
That's why I'm not going. This is going to go left, but I'll say it.
Go left.
I am. That's why the whole booty eating conversation is crazy because when we came up, hold on, hear me out. Let him finish. Let him finish. There's some good stuff. I'm telling you the truth. When we were coming up, was that even a part of the conversation?
No, it was not a part of the conversation.
So
but now it's common.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bro, like what?
Yeah.
So even if so I believe there's what's your name?
Microphone. I'm just playing, bro.
I'm burning. Okay, I gotta go back with this. Hey, man. Hey, Mike. Hey, check that. That's Mike 1, burn it. Nah, but I'm saying though, like to that point, like seriously, like I said this on the episode time about fantasies and marriage and stuff, right? 9 times out of 10, you learn that stuff early. Like that's crazy, but you feel guilty for feeling like that fantasy is super crazy, right?
But let me also just say, not just for the man, for the woman too. When we were growing up, people weren't talking about eating booty. I feel like when it came popular was the song
Janae Aiko.
booty like groceries. That's when people really started like, oh, like he eating my booty. Like that's when, like I would say from the female perspective, that's when we kind of started talking about it openly if whoever you was dealing with was eating your booty like groceries. Right. Because prior to that, like that was not a conversation.
It wasn't.
It was not a conversation. That sparked it, but that sparked it from the woman's perspective. But now I feel like as the years have went on in 2024, that's now when we're talking about it from the man's perspective.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The only point I was making is like to the point you said about not having a conversation. That wasn't even in when I was talking to my bros. It's connected over here. When I was talking to my bros, it was not even like you talked about stuff like that. Right. I'm gonna be honest. I go there. If you was getting head in high school, you was a man. Cause that was taboo back then. Like she ain't saying
for black girls it was.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. It also depends on who you were dealing with and where we went to school at. You already know the type of woman that you had to be dealing with to be getting that.
110%.
Yeah.
So it was like you did like, hold on, what? And so as that progressed, it's like, nah, you now like that's not a part of my. And I'm just being real. That's not a part of my sexual desires because that's not something that was in my bag and ain't gonna get in my bag. You know what I'm saying? But to the point is like, I think this, and this is the point I want to make about conversations and growth and things. It's when you find your person, you just a little more open. You're a little more willing. Absolutely. You're a little more flexible. You're a little more whatever the case may be. And I want to say this out loud. You do not have to be married to have found your person. it's progression. Some people find them and they like, oh, 6 months. Hey, like, but not real talk though. Like I've realized like they're like, damn, she really was my person at 19. But you know, I had to grow and learn that. You know what I'm saying? But like I think there's too much pressure on the legal union because people may not dive enough into the homework of like, is this person really for me or do I want that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and then when
true.
you play in
That's
person,
very
it's like,
true.
oh damn, like that shit easy. When we want to do it?
Yeah,
We can
that's
go
true.
because I'm already locked in with you. That's cool.
Right.
Because I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. It's 3 levels. You like somebody, you love somebody, and then you locked in. When you get the locked in, those conversations Louis getting at is like, hey man, don't be doing that shit, man. You know the Princess song. You saw a Princess.
I don't even know. I'm having a moment, but go
Oh, I
ahead.
thought they were taking the time on me. I'm about to
Oh no. He was no.
I know you
I
better
had a
not.
buzz on my watch.
You better not.
And
Hey man, shut up. I'm just playing. But nah, man. I really just want to say, like, finding your person doesn't always mean you got to be married. You find them before then, you're a little more open, a little more flexible.
That's very true.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
I looked up,
me too.
boy.
Do y'all feel that way because you found your person so young? Like you
Genetics.
looked up because
I'm gonna say some real shit.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead, ask the real
I'm gonna
question.
ask the question.
That's the real question.
Do you feel like because you were so young that you knew your wife was your person at that age, or you found it out later on in life? Or was it for you whenever you asked her to be your wife because y'all were so young? Was it just because y'all had been together for
You know
however
what?
many
That's a
years?
real question. I didn't know that she was my person for sure until later.
Okay.
That makes sense.
However,
'Cause you
I
were
wanted-
young.
However, she had all the signs, and I had intuition that she would be, but I didn't know until later. It was impossible to know, honestly, at that age. It was because I didn't know what Lewis at 22 didn't know what Lewis at 30 or 35 was going to be. Right. But now that's the beauty of
That
being.
Louis ain't know none of that.
Thank,
I love you, bro.
thank
I
God
love
for
you, bro.
growth, my brother. But I found out later, right?
That
because
makes a lot of sense.
because you experience life and you interact with people who don't have those experiences. You're like, oh, you going through that? You got to deal with that. Oh, she don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that sometimes it's okay to not know everything, and I think when you get married young, you still don't know who you are.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you don't know what you know what you don't
Yeah,
know who
y'all
you are.
both
So
growing
that's what I'm
together.
saying. So once I started to dive into me, I understood the value that my wife brought to me and exactly why I got to be real. Why God put her in my life,
Right. Oh, that's good.
and that's real.
I
And
love
that's a
that.
continuous thing too, Louis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because it's like you're learning your person every single day,
Yep.
year, month, whatever. People evolve. People change all the time. So I feel like there's definitely levels. We have the same conversation 2 years from now. You may feel different. You might have learned something different. She might try something different. Y'all might have tried something different.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's an ongoing thing.
I agree. I would just answer like ignorance helped me.
Yes.
I was just in love. Like I ain't care about like I was a dummy when I was a senior in college engaged. I was like, what? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
I bet.
grandparents been together since they were 15, 16. To me,
Yeah.
you love somebody, that's the next step.
Yeah.
And then when you move out, I'll be super transparent. When you move away and you get married, you realize, old head said this to me, you could be a terrible boyfriend but a great husband. And I was like, damn, what you mean by that? Because when you cross that, like when you cross over that thing, like nigga, that's like your credit score. Like I can do you all types of. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not encouraging that. But like your track record as a boyfriend ain't really like that. But if I marry you and I straighten up, what you do as a husband matters. Now again.
So it's kind of like how you can turn a hoe into a housewife. But go ahead.
But
that
does
the
she
whole
turn into one?
yeah the
Is
whole she's not
I
a hoe
mean,
anymore. She's a housewife.
Right.
That's what he's saying. So you define
She
by
turn into one.
you're defined
Yeah.
by what you do in marriage, not by what you do
Yes.
before.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I always get back to this, and we ain't got to have this conversation. But I always get back to this. If your bachelor party is like this, your last night as a single man, I'm like, damn. So I've been doing all this commitment shit before this. Why I ain't been wilding? Why do they call it that? I'm not being funny. Do they not say that?
That's
They do. They do.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, my
Yeah.
philosophy now being married, it changed my philosophy because I was being married when I was single, and I should have been single. You know, so I understand
Oh,
that.
I agree
I agree with that.
Ignorance.
Ignorance helped me too, because I didn't know what marriage was. I didn't know what I was committing to at the time. Like it's impossible to know.
Yeah.
And I think if I would have known, and I said that. My son is 12. It is what it is.
If she thought she was about to move on the railroad, them niggas up there, you got me bent.
But if somebody told me everything marriage was at the time, I wouldn't have done it. That's real. That's real. Cause I would not have done it.
Especially if you take it seriously.
If I would have known what marriage was, I wouldn't have done it. But that's the beauty of ignorance sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because sometimes you make jumps, and it's good to not know everything. Right? Sometimes it's just good to do. You know what I mean? In certain instances.
What specifically made you not like? You said you wouldn't have done it.
We gotta think of the
What-
back.
Yeah.
Yes, Abby.
Right.
Like,
So
what are the things that you like would make you?
I didn't know how much marriage could impact you financially. Right? I didn't know that the decisions that someone else made could impact my well-being financially. I didn't know. Hold on. I didn't know when it says for sickness and health. She met me when I was in great shape. Never tore my ACL. Right? You get what I'm saying? I didn't know that she was gonna have to help me get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
those
real.
are situations
That's real.
that I didn't know, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I could trust this lady to do this, and she had never been in that position.
Right.
Wait,
So-
can I ask y'all something? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
so you know how we have conversations sometimes, and we're like, all right, like don't date potential and potential this, but from what I'm hearing,
have to.
there is. Yeah. So what do you say to the person that has heard so many times, like, nope, like don't date potential because potential they might not ever reach it, so on and so forth. But it sounds like there's also a positive side to it that I don't think we talk about.
Whoever you
enough.
feel is worth taking the risk on.
And I'm gonna go a step further. I hate when people act like you don't still need to be molded.
Yeah.
Like to this day,
That's okay.
you still have to be molded to your person. You still got to learn ways. You could be a great person, character-wise, value-wise, but the things she needs you to do, she got to teach you, or vice versa.
Did you mold me?
But
No, hold on. But this is the thing about potential.
Yes, you do.
Let me speak specifically. I got you specifically because hey, Brittany posted some wild stuff on Facebook the other day. I ain't gonna get to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But she was
it was wild, but I know what you're talking about. Exactly.
His Brittany?
No, Brittany, my best friend. Yeah.
But I'm saying this though, when it comes to potential, I think the problem with that is women don't be dating potential. Like he got a potential, mean you taking steps. Potential is only thinking what you would do in somebody else's position. It doesn't make that person actually be doing that thing. So I can look at somebody like, damn, bro, you got a lot of potential. No, I'm just thinking about what I could do if I had your opportunities. So you can't date in that facet. But if you see somebody like, damn, he took a step back, he in a studio apartment right now, he's doing what he got to do, and he's growing, you see it, that's a different type of potential than saying like, you know what, if you cut your hair and you went on some interviews, you might get a job.
Can you speak? And I'm not being funny. I'm really not. But can you say that and how you respond from the male perspective? Because you just said women don't. I want to hear
I
from
said,
you
women don't what?
how you started this. You were saying like women with women. You were saying like women don't date. Like no. Like just now you were focusing on like on the woman's side, right? As far as like the woman should say like yes, like he should
It's
get
a
a
rare
haircut.
occasion where the woman is the potential.
Okay, so real quick, and I'm only saying this because from what Lewis just said, right?
The life that I had going for me, and there were concerns about, hey, is she gonna settle down, or would this be a good fit? And remember my brother calling me like, hey man, watch out for this. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to warn me, like, hey bro, I know you fall in love quick, man, but you know, she on IG with everybody, so. But when we would have those moments and we would have conversations about what we wanted out of life, because you're not just going to have a simple conversation with me, but when we had conversations about what we wanted out of life and I saw how she interacted in certain environments, all those things were cues. And she allowed me to lead. She did. She allowed me to lead in a moment, in a time where I wasn't fully who I was going to be. And I'm like, okay, I can trust this. I can trust this lady. You know, I can trust her. So I would say those things.
Thank you for saying that. Only because I just didn't want the focus to be like the woman, you know what I'm saying? Like the things that she can do to see potential in a guy. I really wanted to hear what is it from a man that he sees in a woman, right, at the same time. So that's the question I was asking.
From the back end, I'm sorry, I'm not.
You good.
Sorry, but mine is very different from what he said. I think my situation was, I think there's a strong correlation between dudes in single households and women in structured environments. And what I mean by that, I heard him say allowed you to lead. I think my situation, my wife led me to her dad to teach me what I needed to know, and then it came around on the back end. Like, it's like, it's gonna be good, but like, me and my pops, I spent time with her. I was like, oh damn, this is what she's used to. This is what I need to provide when we leave here. So in my college years, I spent a lot of time with him. I studied her lifestyle. I studied her securities. So when I left, I'm like, damn, in order for her to be her best self, I need to provide at least the minimum of what he was doing. Then I was
That's good.
That's really good.
I wasn't before that. Me, I was like, wow, I was undeclared coming in A&T. I almost got put out. Like, I'm being real.
Yeah.
And she told me like, oh, I'm doing undeclared though. Like, I can't be dating. I can't go home and say like, oh yeah, he undeclared. So after that, it was just like, nah, like bring him around. And I'm being real. She told me that. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with that? I'm getting great though. I'm coming. That's
Yeah, he
it.
was wild.
Like, hey, am I lying though?
No, you're not lying.
Like, bro, when y'all know how I used to be. Y'all know how I used to be. But nah, the allowing the lead thing is tricky. You know what I'm saying? Because I me personally, me and Lewis have this conversation all the time. It's just like, you know, leading is a tricky thing in a marital standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can be an example. You got to show it the way. But I think the biggest thing a husband can do is provide security. Like, I think once you allow security, it opens up her vulnerability to be able, she can see, this is the last thing I'm going to say, this is too real. When I first got into teaching and shit was tight, I was like, damn, we might not make it. But when I provided the lifestyle that she was used to, where I ain't worried about none of this, I got the best version of my wife. So you got to learn what your wife needs in order to feel like she's secure, in order to get that part of her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I can't speak to an agent because I wasn't the guy that had to seek the potential. I was the guy that was like very raw and had to be shaped, and then come around on the back end like, oh no, you done fucked up by putting some energy in me now because I'm with it now. I understand.
Yeah, but Brittany had to see something though, bro.
Oh, because I don't think I was a great person. I think I had ambition. I just didn't have no weight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come. Y'all know how. Well, you may. You know what I'm saying? You know how I came up. Single mom shit. You go to college, you straight.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not downplaying myself.
Yeah, I think you got to give yourself more credit, man. I think you got to give yourself more
but
credit.
I don't think giving my credit. I don't think I got to give myself credit in order to tell the truth. Like that's really what happened. Nigga was undeclared at A&T. That's not what we doing.
I cannot.
But that's what she wanted, yeah.
I was just.
But isn't that potential?
Oh, my God.
You was at A&T.
No,
You was undeclared, but
from
you
me
was
to
at
her.
A&T.
She was a biology major.
From her, she saw potential.
But Asia's asking from us.
Oh,
He said he didn't have any.
I said, I saw
Expectations
that
on
motherfucker at the computer. I'm like, oh, I got to get that.
So he really is lucky.
Nah.
But you know what? Some you said, and I don't. Hopefully, I'm taking some liberties, but her dad and I have a lot of parallels as well.
For sure.
And I think maybe she saw some of those attributes in me too. You know, just my ambition and the way I grew up and my, you know, the things that I wanted to do. I think that kind of plays a big factor sometimes. So.
Hey, you about to talk trash here, right?
Yeah.
I had a lot of thoughts and I kind of lost them. But I was going to say, one, I feel like when it comes to potential, it's more so when we talk about dating for potential, that more so falls on like the woman and what she says about the man. Most men don't really, I don't want to say they don't really care, but you don't hear that dating for potential conversation on the man's end. Because when you get to talking about the man being the hunter and the man being the provider, like if she makes less or like whatever, like it's not like, oh, well, she has potential to come up, you know, that, you know, like whatever. It's like I'm gonna provide. So it's not like I'm dating for potential. But for the woman, I feel like we hear that topic a lot more often, where it's like, okay, it gets nitpicky, where it's like, is this potential worth it? Because I think we can all agree that people are not going to come at 100%. No
should
matter
you. No
if
should you.
that person is your person or not, you're still going to have to shape and mold and teach. Because that person doesn't know you. You're going to be learning each other. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the woman itself, when it comes to the man and it being potential, or actually vice versa, you just have to figure out who you're willing to take that chance on and the level of potential. Because there's one thing where someone has like a high level of potential, but they're just absolutely not on your level. Like there's a difference. Like, because someone could have like potential, but they may not be on your level specifically, but you know, like, oh, okay, that person is going to get there, versus you dating someone that's like all the way down here to what we were talking about prior. And it's like, you know, like that's not your husband.
Yeah.
They're not on the same level. Like nothing's going to work out here, but you're just having fun. So I feel like it has to be that balance where you have to figure out who are you willing to take that risk on to figure out their potential, because it's all going to be a risk.
I got a question. I'm just listening to y'all. Is there, I haven't said much, is there a timestamp on potential? And I ask that because I think about the example of, what's that movie? Acrimony? And how much she sat and waited on that potential, and then
I think there is.
she dipped, and then he came up. And now it's like I'm running back.
No, but you don't leave then. In that movie, you don't leave. If you're going to stay that long, you might as well play it out. You play it out. If you're going to wait that long, you play it out.
Okay.
It is though. But I think the difference is, in that movie, I'm going to use that example. There's a way to have potential, but you can still be working. He wasn't doing nothing. He was only doing the battery. He could have been doing some dishes.
Yeah.
Everything he was doing after she said, I'm getting a divorce, he went and found a small-time job. Like, he wasn't bringing nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm chasing a dream, man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
When we was broke, I was in an Uber with
Yeah.
You gotta do that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meantime, between time. You know what I mean? But he wasn't doing anything. It is, and I feel like millennials are crossing over that. Like, the last thing I said, like, age-wise, like, yeah, you shouldn't have too much potential.
Yeah, I definitely
30.
feel like there is a timestamp for potential for me. And I talk about this all the time on the pod, where I'm like, at the age that we are now, there's definitely a timestamp. This big, I say that all the time. This big age, there is a timestamp on potential for me personally. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person, that you won't be a great partner for someone else, but I don't want to hear about all your dreams and aspirations when you're like all the way down there right now, where I am right now. Because where I am right now, I'm not willing to wait on you to make that come up. I think you will be better suited with someone who's willing to wait, or who is either on that level who's going to come up with you. So I definitely feel like there's a timestamp. But with you, the example like that you gave earlier, and also you, Keenan, like I also say this all the time on the pod, y'all were much younger. Yep. So I always feel like that is the primary. Everybody's in their potential phase. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like at 22, 21, everybody's in their potential phase. So I feel like that's time to grow and be in that potential phase together. But when we get to 30 plus,
you should be there.
I need for you to be on the track.
You gotta be able to see it.
I need to be able to see it with a clear vision. Yeah. Not like what my vision looks like when I take my contacts out. It don't need to be blurry. I can't see for shit.
Oh, why did I know that?
Nah. He laughing, but he know.
So those glasses got medicine in them that you be wearing.
I mean, duh. They're contacts.
People wear. I didn't know you couldn't see. My bad.
Yeah, no, I can't see.
I didn't ask no more questions.
I have a man right now. I wouldn't be able to walk around without a man. So yeah, I got a man.
I had a question.
Yeah, he plays
so
too
we
much.
get to be, but see, when you were talking about men, this the last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
start it up.
All right, so you said that men don't really, because they're the chasers, right, of the women, and we don't really have an opportunity to really talk about, or we don't have conversations about women and their potential. Mm-hmm. But how can that be when we're the ones who ultimately decide that marriage is on the table? Or it's no, not on the table. Marriage is actually going to take place. Because how do we consider that person?
Were you about to answer?
You go. I have something to say to it, but
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do think I do think that it does take place, right? I think it just looks a little different because I think when we talk, it's like potential of what, right? So for instance, yeah, I'll say it. Like I have, but because I have a personal experience where like what he was looking for, he was looking at me to see how I would be as a future mother.
Yeah.
But did not have the conversation with me, right? So there would be different
That's
things
dangerous.
it came out a little bit later, like, oh, so that's why you said that to me like that? Or that's why you asked me that question?
Yeah.
Not because you were trying to see me today, you were trying to plan and see how I would speak to like a child, right? Like, I feel like in some, and that's why I guess I'm asking about the potential thing, just because it's like, in some circumstances, yeah, that makes sense, right? But it's like, but there are also going to be certain situations that it's, how will we know until we're in that situation, right? But there are the clues to your point earlier about like the nurturing and stuff like that. But I do think the conversations, and I do think that the guy does look for those things. But I think it has a lot to do with like the future. In my opinion, I think it has a lot to do with like, okay, how can she continue to nurture the house and the children that will
Let
come?
me tell you some crazy shit, man. I had a thug before my kids was born. I did not see my wife being the super nurturing. Like now, I'm like, what is this? You crying over documentaries? Like you got all the patience in the world that I've been asking for 12 years. And that, so I say that to say, like, bro, you can't plan for that stuff, bro. That joint changes you. You really can't. Like when I tell you, I literally say weekly, like, damn, it must be nice to be Cameron and Aiden because they get all that good shit that I was waiting to get. Cause she was never that before being a Deuce. I'm like, hey, hold on, time out, man. This thing was, you understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get in trouble. And now she's soft. What? I'm sorry, but the point I'm making is, Asia, is that it has to happen. It has to happen in order for you to adapt to. Because I was surprised. What you rather at?
Well,
It just sounded like a vending session just now.
Cause bro, I've been telling her like, yo, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. One specific thing. The level of patience and grace is amazing. I'm like, oh my God, so you do have it. I just ain't the nigga that get it.
so I have a question.
When you pop them out, something change.
Well, okay, so we're talking about potential. What specifically do men look for in potential?
Can your toes hit your forehead? Let me understand what you're saying. Like
Just go ahead and cut it.
I think, and I'm gonna say this. I'm just joking, but I'm gonna say this. I know. I'm sorry, but I think dudes are so simple. I think women bring out so many different things in guys. It's like first they just look to be. It's gonna sound crazy, but like emotionally safe. She made me feel good. She cool. You know what I'm saying? And then she pulls something else out of you. Potential wise, I don't think guys really. That's why the argument of dudes putting up with women with potential, like we'll deal with it. If she broke and I got money, it's cool. But if he broke and she got money, it's not.
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Do you guys look for like the woman's finances when it comes to judging a potential of a woman? And think from your whatever your age is, 30 plus self, not the age that you proposed or got married.
If your actions financially will impede on my future, then I care.
Yep. That's it.
But it doesn't matter if she makes less.
No, because your actions don't impede on my future or our future together. If you make 40,000, but you doing it, cool. But if you got 40,000 and we go out to eat and you get 3 samplers, 7 this, and I'm like, oh. That's gonna have to come over here because we can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
on this side of the table.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm with you.
No, you know what I'm saying? No, but like, if your decisions, if you're financially conscious, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if I got it, I'm gonna take care of you anyway. But like, if we get together and you like, oh, he got it, I'm gonna have to start getting up over here.
Do you think it's wrong for a woman to judge a man by his finances as far as potential is concerned?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not one of them new school dudes. Like, we gotta provide. I'm with that. Yeah. It's just that it's just for me. It's like if I'm not making what you want me to make, but I have everything else, give me a window to prove that I'm moving in that way. If that window closes and I'm not moving in that way, you have every right to step away. But like, context matters. Say if you meet somebody that's fresh off of something and he been down bad and he's rebuilding, but he's trying to get there, and you're like, oh no, you're not making that much, but buddy's on his way. You might have just took that L for no reason. But like, if bro is not showing that, and you know, we got to give women the respect of being able to look at a situation and analyze it. Nah. But like, no, it's fair. Me personally, I think it's fair, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Shit, no millennial should not have a job. There's too many jobs out here. There's too many jobs out here. I don't care what it is.
We're actually
I say that all the time.
We're actually the biggest portion of the workforce right now.
But the thing, we may be. I respect that. But I see too much sorriness going on. Hey, my guy, I don't care if you clocking in wherever. Go clock in. Because you leaving the house, her seeing you leave the house, coming back trying, it's going to keep it there until you need to get there. That's all I'm saying.
Then you waiting for me to come back home.
That's crazy.
Or I'm clocked in at home and you in the bed.
Yeah,
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
I think yes, but when I was in my younger days, I thought it was unfair because I didn't have time to do it.
Now you that guy.
Yeah, now he can't lose. So I mean,
That's the camera.
That's what they tell me.
That's what they tell you.
I'm gonna say this and we'll close out. Fellas, it takes an abnormal amount of sacrifice to be able to provide it early. I will say that. If you want to provide it in your 30s, early 30s, it takes a lot of sacrifice. A lot.
Facts. But it's worth it.
Nothing on that? All right, man. Hey, look, man, I hope y'all enjoy this. We got the ladies of the show. I got Miss Asia, Miss Brittany, Miss Princess, Louis B, and everybody else you saw. B-Dot, he came a couple times, but he ain't in the outro. Millennials What's the Word, the only spot you got authenticity entertainment, man. We out.
We out.
Sir.